and I spoke with my children a lot at home that have their kids, and we said, why won't they shut this down? Like, why don't our community matter enough? If they have so many violations, I don't understand why they're not shutting it down now and just saying we need to shut it down until they're in compliance or until they can fix all the things that they're in violation for. Because if there was a condemned house, best believe the city or whomever would be shutting them down. So why is this company still in operation? Right. Putting us all at risk, making our health even worse.
Stop telling the community that we don't know what's best for us. We refuse to accept your patronization, your hypocrisy, and your incompetence. Are you seriously asking the community to trust after being so actively harmed, completely unprotected for so many years? We aren't exposing ourselves like this for fun. Are you guys here for fun?
No. All of a sudden they've started acknowledging that this is a problem. And you know, even still as they acknowledge that it's a problem, when we challenge Hennepin County that owns the trash burner, and when you talk to the PCA, the Pollution Control Agency, about this facility, they will say, oh, but its emissions are below its permitted levels. So, you know, it brings up the question of what are these how are these permits designed? And what we've learned is that when they regulate a facility like this, when they allow it to be built here, they treat it as though it is an isolation. They don't look at the fact that there's a asphalt factory next door, that there's all sorts of other polluting facilities around. Karen Clark's law passed, and for 7 years now, they've sat on renewing this permit. For 7 years, it's just sat here, right? They have not renewed this permit, and so, you know, now all of a sudden there's all this community pressure, they're stepping up to renew the permit. And, you know, I think the thing that I really want to convey is that what I firmly believe is they hide behind these permits. They hide behind them so they can have, you know, the murder and the suffering be legal.
I was a risk assessment scientist with the US EPA. I'm a scientist. And I just wanted to reinforce the idea that a lot of what this regulatory science is doing is just a smoke screen. And I use that analogy intentionally. It basically is a way to delay, to, you know, sidestep and ignore. I mean, the science is real, but what the science says is that when these pollutants come out in the air, we're breathing all of them together. We're not just breathing it from bituminous roadways. We're not just breathing it from Smith Foundry. We're not just breathing it from all the highways that have been built through communities of color for 50 years intentionally to destroy those communities. We're breathing them all together, and yet, as Nazir said, the regulatory agencies look at them as if, you know, they all just existed by themselves. It's bullshit. And we have to understand that the science, there's legitimacy to the science, and these agencies compromise at best with industries. They're often bought out by industries. They meet with them. I can tell you, when I was with EPA, our administrator used to meet with the regulated industries almost every day. They used to take them out to lunch. They knew each other by name. And when environmental groups used to challenge us when we were there was skepticism all the time. Who are they? What do they know? These agencies are mostly bought and sold by the industries they are regulating. There are good people on their staff that want to do the right thing, but when you get up to the administrative level, these are political appointments.